All right, hello. So, welcome back into day 6 of this experimental project. We're mainly taking content with a lot of questions from you guys who are reaching out either on Facebook, Instagram, or through the email nicktaborfitness@gmail.com. However, a few days ago, my wonderful wife Kaz actually asked a question to me after I was done filming about anger. What was it like? I believe your question was how I.
Well, you mentioned the positivity stuff, but then
Yeah,
I was like, wait, you left out how angry you used to be.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
And I
you're right.
figured
You're
it
right.
would be helpful for people that might be angry.
I did. I used to be extremely angry, and I mean, the title of this is Nick, I'm so angry. Why? Uh, I was very, very angry. I was a really angry person, and I think, first thing we do when we're really super angry is we blame, right? Oh, this sucks, that sucks, or, or we're in our mid 30s now, so it's like, my parents did it, it was their fault. No, it was mine. I mean, it was completely me. I had such a absolutely horrid physical image of myself when I was a kid. I was younger. I had this thing that I'm like, okay, I'm ugly anyway, or I'm wicked decrepit anyway. Like, I really hated Quasimodo.
What?
Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I really, really hated Quasimodo.
The Disney one specifically, or just in general?
In general, like it just
'Cause
like,
he's kind
oh,
of cute in the Disney one.
yeah, to a degree,
Like
like,
a pug.
yeah, and well, I see that now. I see that now, but honestly, what I did was I had a horrid time because everything was angry, but I didn't know it. I didn't deal with any of it. I didn't deal with my own self-image. I didn't deal with
How do
all the
you
problems that I had.
deal with it?
You got to go head on and just work through it, why it happens, and
But
like,
what does working through entail?
okay, so
Concrete, man.
no, here you are. So what we do with the steps with it, right? So what you got to do first is you've got to give it, you've got to lessen its power over you. And what we mean by that is what we've got to do is you got to really get to the reason why, and you got to spend quite a bit of time. So like myself, where I got this self-image was I thought that, who I was fine. And then everybody in, school thought I was deformed, called me that lovely R word. And I believed it, so much. And, I was beat up when I was 11 years old, and I was told that I don't belong here because I have cerebral palsy. I should die and I should get out of the way of the rest of society, and I don't deserve to live. And I believed that. I didn't deal with it. I didn't go back and visit it and give it the power. Like when you give it reason, like, like a bully, for example, or something. Like I had a bully, Steve, for years, and come to find out father was a his father was in Desert Storm, I believe, but couldn't work his right arm very well. So he got up and left the family, when he was 11, right around the time when we met. So he saw me, he saw his dad. So right away, all the anger has no power whatsoever because I have a massive understanding of his perspective, and I can immediately forgive. Which that's the second step is really you just got to forgive yourself, and like let's let a little inside here, but we have seen a therapist off and on for a while. Our therapist Nancy, who has told us a lot, drop the anchor. Drop the anchor of the past, cut ties of the past. And I've worked very heavily on that. This was well before I started doing videos that I started to cut those anchors a lot. And that's
more worried about the future.
Yeah, and because of what might be happening in the past. And once I started giving it meaning, and once I had the reasons why I had my past, then everything else was fine. It's like that book, The Four Agreements. First thing, second thing, don't take anything personally.
Remember how I wrote a fifth one as a joke?
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome.
It was about butts.
It's still in the fridge. It's awesome. Actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, you know. So that really is what happened is, you know, all of the anger that I had, I realized in hindsight that I lashed out at it. I lashed out. And I think what
That
you
helps.
need,
That helps.
yeah, laughter, yes. I think what we need to do, like the second thing we need to do is you need to learn to be able to communicate all your stress. Like we've learned that over time to be able to talk through things after we've had a fight. And, you know, work through it. And
I mean, the thing about not assuming how you interpret something is what they meant
exactly.
from communications
Yeah,
class.
exactly. And, you know, we've had a lot of work. And I mean, the better you learn to communicate, you know, you communicate all your feelings out, especially with your partner, it's the biggest thing in the world is to be able, it's great. It's absolutely great to be able to do that and say, okay, you understand exactly how I'm feeling now. And also your partner can go ahead and tell you if you're being an idiot or not. Which sometimes that happens. I'm a dude, I know, but
You're not being an idiot right now. Were you waiting for me to say something?
no.
Okay.
No, I was hoping still, but I would just say if I'm
You
like
want me to turn like this and say, you're being an idiot.
number 3 on this,
But you're not.
as we're just doing, love, laugh, and have fun. You know.
Oh God, do
It's-
they have to get one of them live, laugh, love decoration things, like a block of
You don't need that
text?
BS, man.
That's what you just basically said.
I did.
Maybe with little
but-
lights in it. Mount that on the wall.
Yeah, hey. I'm told Julia Roberts did really good in that movie.
I think that's Eat, Pray, Love, not Live, Laugh, Love. Live,
Oh.
Laugh, Love is the thing that's in every like rustic gift shop.
Got it.
Like made
Okay.
of wood or
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
in a picture frame or something.
Yeah. I think that's at my mom's house.
Actually.
Actually. Right here. And this is our buddy Nudge.
Hey, girly.
Look at the people, Nana.
It's the Girlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, look at the people. Right here. So, as we review it, you know, you want to be able to have understanding. Understand your past in order to get rid of your anger. And when you have understanding, then you will lose it. It will lose its power. Why were you that angry? What happened? And then communicate it out, especially to your partner. That's a beautiful thing. And then find the laughter, find the humor in it. You know, one quickie story on that before we wrap up on it. One of the things that's really fun is with like I remember, you remember the story of my first grade play?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, when I was growing up, my arm was way out here.
That one.
Yeah, so I, you know, with the CP, my arm was way out this way, and I had a lot of anger over my self-image, right? So it was like this, and in first grade, they're like, you know, they're doing like the cutesy school play stuff, and one of the things they did was like, who wants to, you see your face already, just giving it away. They said, okay, who can play the teapot in the I'm a little teapot sketch? Who can play the teapot? Everybody looked at me directly, and I was like this. I'm like, why is everybody looking at me?
Oh.
And then, like, years later, it hit. Years. Like,
Oh
in
my
my
God.
in my 20s, it hit me. I'm like, and I just started laughing. I just started laughing hysterically. It was so funny. It was so funny here. So, with that, there's the anger, okay? Understand, communicate it out, once you have understanding, talk it out with a partner to work it out, and then have humor later. Find the humor in it. and you will be a much more happier person in my mind. All right. As always, go ahead, take a look at the last video. I'll go ahead, see you there. As always, we climb.